Powered by Riverside FM.
Powered by Riverside.
What I was trying to say is that if I can change,
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился
and
сегодня.
you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
You're listening to WildFireRadio.com presents the Jerry Torres program. No bad news, no sad news, no politics, no religion, just happy fun stuff. And now, here's your host, Jerry Torres.
Five-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Now go to that voodoo that you do so well.
Yeah. Oh, come on. There we go. Is it loud enough? It is loud. Time for a hit. Oh, that was good. Anyway, welcome one and all to another episode of the Jerry Torres program. I'm back after a kind of a 4th of July break, man. Yeah, I don't know. I figured that if I take some time off, which I did, I would say probably. Let me see. I took like the weekend off last week. Yes, didn't want to do the podcast show. I was like, you know what? It's the 4th of July weekend. Let me just chill, in which I did, man. I went to the beach with my lady, and we had a wonderful time. We started to see Jaws on the beach at Seaside Heights, New Jersey. The thing was, it started to get cold, and I left my jacket in the car. She bought a blanket. She kept herself warm. I was fine, because I'm a dude. I'm a man. But my nipples were getting hard. Anyway, so I was like, oh, my God. She's warm. I'm trying to, let her know that I'm a man. You know what I mean? Cold don't affect me, woman. And not only that, the ridiculous moment when they had fireworks, and it kind of interrupted everything. They had to pause the movie to see the ridiculous fireworks, and then there was so much smoke and fog. I was like in those movies where a high-ranking soldier would tell his men to stand their ground, knowing that the enemy is beyond the mist. You know what I mean? My imagination was going wild again. But we did manage to see the movie a little bit, not too much of it, and then we went back. Took another walk on the boardwalk, and then we went back to the hotel, and then we rested. You know what I mean? It was a wonderful weekend, and we had a great time. And we left early, because she had things to do, I had things to do. But all in all, you know, um, we had a wonderful time, and I always will have a wonderful time with her. So, be that as it may, it was a good 4th of July weekend. But we're gonna go see Jaws in the movie theater when it comes out. And I already know that the Superman 2025 is coming out this weekend. I'm debating, should I see it or not see it, or wait till the hype drops down. Um, and it's the biggest hype ever, due to the fact that everyone's been waiting for this movie for a very long time. And they tried 100,000 times rebooting, remaking, upgrading Superman so many times that many of them succeeded and many of them have not. Due to the fact that 1978 Superman was classic, legendary, and will always be the best of the best. It's kind of like when you make shark films. Jaws will always remain the best classic legacy superb film ever made. Superman, same thing, and due to the fact that they've been remaking it, rebooting it, and there've been so many actors portraying they're trying to replace the legendary Christopher Reeve, which cannot be done. But many have came close, like Henry Cavill and so many other actors before him. Um, am I real excited to see it? Yes, I do want to see it, but I'm gonna wait till the hype dies down a bit. Then I'll go to the movies when everything is nice and calm, really cool. So that way I can enjoy an evening at the theater because I know it's gonna be so effing crowded. So I'll wait a while. But other than that, man, um, so like I said before, my 4th of July weekend was great. And you know, so my work schedule is crazy. They want me to come in at 6:30 in the morning next week. Are you kidding me? But only for the 4 days that I work. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. It'd be I just like I took UPT unpaid time today because number one, my brother is sacrificing, not sacrificing, but using his time to to take care of my dad while the lady that takes care of my dad is recovering from medical issues. And today I saw her. She's doing great, thank God. And so she's going through some medicine and some procedures, which will be done soon. But you know, now she can come back and take care of my dad because my brother's using his time. I'm using my time, which is good because my brother's time is better than mine. Damn it! Oh my God, get so mad. Just want to. Oh, where did my sound effect? Oh yeah, get so mad. Want to break something. Yeah. And you know what? I didn't do the sound effect of fireworks. Hold on. Here we go. Fireworks. There we go. Yeah, look at them. Yeah, well, we're watching Jaws. That sounds like gunfire. Now this is one of the best fireworks right here. Yeah, if I could have to find the letter R. Oh my God. There we go. Oh my God. There we go. Now these are the fireworks we should hear. Here we go. Yeah. Look at that. Oh my God, make your ears bleed. Sounds like an atomic explosion. But like I was saying before, my brother's using his time. He has more time than me. You know what I mean? It's like thousands of hours of this and 90 million seconds of that. I'm like, you son of a, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell? But, he can use his time. He needs to use his time. You can't not use it because they'll take some away. It's like, okay, well, if you haven't used like if you haven't used 100 hours of sick or something, it'll be like, or vacation, it'll be like, all right, listen, we're gonna take it away. It's like, what the hell? Not my job. We get like 120 hours of vacation, which is good. We get like 40 hours of personal time, which is not bad. 80 hours of unpaid time, which is okay. But they should add a little more hours. But besides all that, you can use a little here, a little there. Now, I do not abuse my time. Anyone knows me of the 10 years I've worked there, they all know, damn, Jerry don't use his time. Well, that's because I'm wise with my time. Geez, man, of the years I've been working there, I've met so many coworkers that have like, hey, well, how many vacation hours you have? 2.5 minutes. What? And how many hours of personal time? 1.3 seconds. What the hell? What the hell do you do? But when they hear my hours, hey, Jerry got 70 hours of vacation. Hey, he's got a full 80 hours of UPT, 45 hours of personal time. What do you do with your time? I'm wise with it, you moron. What the hell? Man. I mean, it's like I used it for my vacation in June. And this weekend I used vacation to spend the weekend with my lady. And now I'm like, okay, it's now July. August is around the corner, and I'm going to build up saving my hours again, right? And I'm going to keep building them up until I get a sufficient amount where I could take another week off. And this time I'm making plans to go to Chicago. I am definitely going to do that. And I have speaking of Chicago, what the hell is this? Oh, okay. And speaking of Chicago, I have a comedy show next Thursday at the Copacabana. Yeah. Now, mind you, I cannot play the song because I got a little troubly poo with Spotify one time because I used some music that I wasn't supposed to use. Even if I use 12 to 15 seconds, even if I'm talking over it. And I'm like, what the hell? The laws have changed now. It used to be 30 seconds you could play a song, a copywritten song, but they gave you a time limit at the time, 30 seconds. As long as you're speaking over it, you're fine, right? But nowadays, these musicians, some of them are good, some of them are bad, some of them are pricks, some of them are kind and nice. But now they're like, well, we don't want you to play 30 seconds. Now it's down to 15 seconds. 15 seconds, and you have to talk over it. If you go past 15 seconds, you just got to keep talking because if you play, because they all want to get paid. They all want to get their 5 or 50 cents, play time. And it's ridiculous. Some of these companies are like, did you get permission? I'll get an email saying, hey, you've used a copywritten song, did you get permission? Blah, 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 blah. Sign this form right here. Put your name in this form right here. I'm like, what the hell, man? So nowadays, it's like, if I play a song, I got to be like, I really wanted to play the Superman theme song, right? But that's a copywritten song. Had I played that as the intro, right? I probably would have, Spotify probably would have sent me an email saying, if you've used a copywritten song, did you get permission to use it? And I would have been like, oh, what the hell? So now it's like I'm just can't play any type of music anymore. It sucks, man. If I do, it has to be like a jazzy musical version of it, so that way I won't get in trouble. Son of a bitch. Life is, man, in this type of business, it gets to you sometimes. Because you really want to play one of your favorite songs, and then all of a sudden you get an email stating, hey, did you get permission? It's like, no. Okay, well, then you can't use the song. It's like, what the hell, man? But anyway, next Thursday, July 17th, I'll be performing at the Copacabana, the Meadowlands Comedy Club at the world-famous Copacabana, and I'll be performing with many great comedians, Steve Goldberg, Ellen Fenney, and I will be hosting that day. It will be at Copacabana, 625 West 51st Street, New York, New York. Doors open at 7. Showtime is at 8 p.m. If you're interested in going, go to meadowlandscomedyclub.com to make your reservations or to purchase your tickets. There's a 2-drink minimum at the legendary Copacabana. And I'm thinking about dressing nice for this. Debating big time. I mean, it's the Copa. But I don't know. I'll probably wear some nice slacks, a nice shirt, represent myself. Very nice to this legendary club because I got a feeling it's going to be extraordinarily hot. And I take a train to the city. I do not drive, and I love Joseph Losner, the guy, the man that books comedians and owns the Meadowlands Comedy Club. He was like, are you going to drive up here? I was like, drive to the city of New York. Are you nuts? No. I used to drive to do comedy shows way back when, and then I realized there's such a thing called trains. I was like, oh my God. Because when you drive into the city of New York, number one, it's hell on earth. Verrazano Bridge, George Washington Bridge, and there's like 40 gates, but 4 are open. I mean, it's like, what the hell? And they're planning to get rid of that and just, make an easy pass. I don't know when the hell is that going to happen. But there's traffic. There's red lights everywhere, the narrow streets, potholes. Parking is immensely ridiculous. And to drive into the city of New York is out of the question. So I told them, listen, I'm going to take a train or take an Uber or a taxi to the club. Because number one, I'm on a train. I'm saving miles in my car and I'm saving headache. Oh my God. When I take a train to the club, to the city of New York, I feel wonderful. That's right. There I go, taking the chewy train. Choo choo. There I am, going to New York. So, what the hell? So, and no, I have a feeling that the ticket prices have probably risen since that time. I know it's going to be expensive. I know it used to be, believe it or not, $17 round trip ticket. Then time goes by, it was up to 26, then 35. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so afraid to find out how much is a round trip ticket from Jersey to to New York and back. Now I'm thinking about taking the Haddonfield train station, right? So I'm looking that up right now. Haddonfield, Haddonfield, where are you? Haddonfield. Oh my God. I gotta yell at it. Haddonfield train station. Jeez. There we go. Zooming right in. Okay. So there it is. See, much cleaner, much nicer. And I was going to say more, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say any more. But yes, I'm going to take a train station. Probably drive to Haddonfield, take a round trip ticket from there to New York, because on a train, because this is what I'm going to bring with. I'm going to bring my notebook. I'm going to bring my book. I'm going to bring my satchel. Yes, I have a satchel. And in that satchel, I'm going to bring my extra deodorant, and I'm going to dress nice that night for the show. And I'm going to represent myself very nice for the club. Now, had it been in wintertime, I would have had a nice suit on and everything. But it's the summertime. It's ridiculous, pathetically hot to wear a suit. Not a good idea. And especially wearing a three-piece suit, But I'm going to dress very extraordinarily casual that night, out of respect for the legendary Copa. It's not the original place where they filmed it, the Goodfellas, and there's so many other legendary films. They moved to another area, and it's not the same anymore. They kept the name, but the legendary place with all the like legendary crooners and performers, it's not the same. And it sucks, man, because I did go to the original Copa many years. I went to the original Copa like 3 times. 1 for a salsa event, 2 for a fundraiser, and 3 it was for a comedy show. This was like mid to late 90s, and it's good to go back to a legendary club that's not in the same place, but still doesn't matter. I'm really excited to go, and I really cannot wait to perform, at the legendary Copacabana. Man. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, so again, next Thursday, I'm going to announce it again. Oh my God, what the hell? So I'll be performing at the Meadowlands Comedy Club at the legendary Copacabana, July 17th at 625 West 51st Street, New York, New York. Doors open at 7, showtime's at 8. And I'll be performing with legendary great comedians Jake and Louie, adults only ventriloquists, with featuring Steve Goldberg and Ellen Finney. So again, that'll be this next Thursday. I will be there, and I hope you guys will be too. All right. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my God. So anyway. So back to whatever the hell I was talking about. We got new patio furniture. It's nice, but the porch is not even finished yet. And it was a bitch building that thing, man. Oh my God. I spent like almost, what time did I start working on it? After I did my workout, took a shower, got dressed, came downstairs, and blah, blah, blah. My dad was asleep, and I'm trying to figure out. It almost took 2.5 hours to complete everything. Everything. And to assemble patio furniture is easy. But then again, it's like painstaking. I was like, oh my God, I want to get done with this. So I did it all, put it out in the front yard, and it looks nice, very nice, But the thing is, the front porch hasn't been done yet. So we gotta focus on that to get that done. Oh my God. But anyway, so brand new, beautiful patio furniture facing the pile of rocks in my front yard. And the reason why we haven't completed because lately these past couple of weeks it's rain and too hot to work, on a yard, especially like when you're cutting grass, it's even worse. But, I managed to just hydrate myself and try to keep cool as possible to get because the one thing I cannot stand is thick lawn in my front and backyard. I always trim it. I make sure it's perfect, down to the T. But anyway, I managed to do my best, what I could to, maintain a yard. As for the comedy shows, like I said, I will be back doing comedy shows in Thursday. And I'll go back doing open mics pretty soon, man, because like I said, I just needed a break. I needed a break. And listen, I don't want to hear anybody or any comedian telling me, Jerry, you got to keep performing. You got to keep performing. I effing know that. You know what I mean? Utterly and immensely know that. And for someone to say to me, oh, Jerry, why did you stop performing? I didn't stop performing. I just needed a break, And so right now, it's like I'm trying to relax my head. I'm trying to relax my mind. And I'm not trying to get myself crazy to stress myself in doing shows because I could have had a nervous breakdown. I could have had anxiety. I could have been freaking out, And it's not because of the audience, like every comedian has gone through good shows and bad shows. I don't want to hear any comedian say, "Oh, this never happened to me." Shut the F up. It's happened to every entertainer. You get your good shows, you get your bad shows. 50% good, 50% bad. There's nothing 100% ever, But you do your best when you get on that stage, right? You do the best of your ability to have fun, be yourself, focus on the act that you have or whatever songs you're working on, and just do your thing. Me personally, I said I need a break. I need a break. Number one, I wanted to hang out with my woman. I needed to break to clear my head. I needed a break from like trying to come up with new, stronger material. And it was just one thing after another thing after another thing. And the next thing you know, I realized I was like, damn, if I keep this up, I'm going to break down. I'm going to freak out. So I came to that decision where I've read stories about producers and actors and directors and singers and like all these great performers and entertainers and writers would take a break. A break. And I read stories of like a producer constantly getting scripts, constantly getting meetings, constantly getting calls every day. And then all of a sudden he would say, I took 2 months off. I went to my private island where no one bothers me, and I don't want to hear anything about meetings. I don't want to hear anything about studios or nothing like that. He just says, I just need a break. I need a break. So he would take those 2 months off and collect himself and just have fun, go to the beach with his family, read a book, get some sun, take a nice walk on the beach or this pathway, whatever. And next thing you know, when all said and done, he comes back better, more relaxed, more chill, and he's back doing what he was doing before, the stress and activity. So real quick, I'm gonna go on live. Hey guys, I'm on live, the Jerry Torres program. If you want to see me now, join me. I am on live, the Jerry Torres program on Spotify, Riverside FM. But join me live on TikTok now, later. So here we go, and I'm gonna go on here again. Live. Oops. Live now. Boom. Post. All right. So it's like these great performers would take a break, some weeks, some months, you know what I mean? And they come back more refreshed, more better than ever. Now, do not get me wrong. I still write, I still practice, I still rehearse anything that's coming new. My closest and dearest friend in the comedy business, Anthony Ocasta, Anthony, the Ant Man Ocasta. He's been helping me with sharpen up my material. Sometimes I'll say it, I use I just rewrite and write and write just to make sure something that I've heard, something that I've seen, and next thing you know, I said, "Oh, this is good. This is good. I should talk about this. I should talk about that." And I rehearse the right way I can have it in my head, know my set list. As a professional, you do your best. You know, so I managed to do what I can to be a better entertainer when I come back refreshed. Because now it's been over what since let's see, May, June, almost 2 months that I haven't touched the stage. And I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. You know what I mean? I'll go back. I will go back on stage and be better than ever, people. You know, for those people that are like worried about me, don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. I mean, I know what I'm doing, you know? And listen, I love the stage. I love performing, and I still write and I still rehearse. I look at other comedians and listen to their materials, listen to what they're talking about, and to just keep my mind, you know, going on comedy. But sometimes it's like I need that break. I need to relax because number one, I have a sick dad. Number two, I got to maintain the house. I got to do, laundry, cleaning, maintaining the lawn. I want to spend time with my lady. We doing everything that we can to hang out, go to the movies, have dinner. Well, I love having ice cream with her. Every time we get ice cream, we have our ice cream, we walk, and we have wonderful conversations. That's what I love about. And when I have that, I like every time we go to the beach, we have ice cream. We're in the city, we have ice cream. To me, when I have ice cream with my lady, it's romantic, it's wonderful, and something different. Something different about having ice cream with my woman is very warm, you know? And she knows I'm not perfect. She knows I do my best to be a good man to her, you know? And I do man up. I do apologize if something I did wrong or said. She knows that. And this is what's great about us. We work things out. And when we have ice cream together, it's like all our problems and issues are like behind us. You know what I mean? And we just move on. And lately, it's like, we've been trying different ice cream places, like this Polish ice cream place and Mr. Softy. And then she introduced this one in Center City that was like really popular. Good ice creams, like all made by themselves. Um, but like I said, when I have ice cream with her and we walk and talk, it's romantic, it's nice, it's very special, and that's what I love about her, you know. But and I still would love having ice cream, even in the middle of winter, which not a good idea to have ice cream in the middle of winter. But like we're in, it's like, hey, let's have ice cream. Be like, hell yeah, I would love to have ice cream with my lady, and I've been trying different flavors too, which I have to. Lately, it's like I've been getting chocolate vanilla swirl with rainbow sprinkles, or now it's like I want to try salted caramel. I want to try like different variations of chocolate ice cream. So yeah, I gotta open my mind and just try something different. Um, yeah, man. And she tries some different ice cream too. She always gets like a small or medium. I get the large. Yeah, the larger the ice cream, the better. Hey, Zach the Leaf fan, what's up, buddy? My man, Zachy. What's up, man? But besides all that, yeah, having ice cream with my lady is romantically special to me. And I look forward to it all the time. So I'm going to try different ice creams. The next time we have ice cream, I'm going to try something different. So I don't know what, but I mean, it's like whatever they got, I like, I'll try. Went to the movies today. Don't tell me you saw Superman. I'm planning to see it next week when everything calms down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see Superman when everything dies down because I got a feeling if I had went to the movies tonight and tomorrow or Saturday, theater's going to be crowded like crazy. So I figured, you know what? Let me make that call. I'll wait till next week when everything dies down, you know? So, oh, where's my water at? I'm thirsty. Mm. Ah. Anyway, so what the hell? There we go. Oh, damn. All right, my sound effect board. Okay, perfect. Oh my God. Well, thank you, Foxy. Hey, Foxy's up, and Zach the Leaf fan. Zach, follow Foxy, and Foxy follows Zach, the coolest man in Canada. Oh my God. So yeah. So Superman 2025 will be for next week, people. All right. I'm already hearing the reviews. I'm already hearing, like 82% Rotten Tomatoes, 96% on audience score. One side says too many villains. Another critic says if it says Superman, why are you putting the Justice Gang in there? Then and rename it. Lilo and Stitch is the movie. I saw it. It was all right, not great. Okay. So this is what they've heard of the reviews of Superman. Now, mind you, I didn't make any special deal with anyone from TikTok yet to see any movies that come out. But I read one from a critic that's very respectable. I'm not going to say his name, but he writes for magazines and newspapers. He's very well known for being a movie critic. In his article, he said he didn't bash the film, but he brought a good point to it. He says, if you're going to call the movie Superman, why not call it Superman and the Justice Gang? Because if it's Superman, it's supposed to be just him. You bringing in the Justice Gang, that's like saying, okay, what's the purpose of just calling it Superman? Prime example, 1978 Superman. It was Superman. And he brought a good point there. He brought a really good point there. Because when you think about 1978 Superman with Christopher Reeve, the legendary legendary actor, the original Superman, that's who it was. It was all Superman. But then all of a sudden, the Superman 2025, it wasn't about him. It was about, the Justice Gang coming in and helping Superman in these situations. Just like, okay, whoa, hold up. What do you? And he brought a good point. Now I'm thinking, okay, if I see this movie, I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, wow, he's right. He is right. The purpose of calling it Superman is just him. Like the Batman. It was just Batman. You didn't see Robin. You didn't see Aquaman jump in and helping him out. And he brought a really good point to that. And me not seeing the movie, but he saw it. He said he liked it. It was good. But the point is, why are you going to call it Superman? And you have guys like Hawkgirl and Green Lantern and Mr. Fantastic jumping in and helping him out. It's like, okay, rename it Superman and the Justice Gang. They're not the Justice League. If anybody read the comics and and watched the cartoons, they were called the Justice Gang. All right. So the Justice League was with, Wonder Woman, Aquaman's Flash. And another good thing that I've heard, I would invite you, Zach, but listen, stick around, buddy. I'll shout out your name, my friend. But another good thing that I've been reading about the new Justice League, they have a new Wonder Woman now. They have a new Aquaman. The Flash, they're still looking, but they're looking at like a couple potential actors to replace the other one that went wacko. Who else are going to find? Hawkman. Oh God, they're like want to bring the new Justice League because they have to fight Darkseid. Oh, okay, it's Canada. Okay, yeah. Well, it doesn't come out. It comes out tonight. It came out early today. But like I said, I didn't want to go see it because I was like, man, it's going to be like overcrowded. I said, I'll wait till next week to calm down. So I'm hoping me and my girlfriend could go see Spider-Man Spider-Man. Superman next week. Oh, good Lord, man. I am so tired. But yeah, so I'll be my own critic when I see it. It's to me, it's hit or miss when it comes to movies like that. So I'll wait. I will and shall wait. Oh, good Lord, man. Right now, people, I'm just trying to make the best of everything. Yeah. So let's see. All right. So let's continue on. All right. So, like I said, I was going to be on here for a little while, which I am. And right now, I am about to get off. How many do I have? Oh, crap. I thought I was going to have more than that. But anyway. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to be off right now and check something out. Wait a minute. You know what? No, I'm going to stay on TikTok. I'm going to stay on. So let me just get my tablet over here, turn it around. In a memento, por favor. Okay, so here we go. All right, so now I'm going to go to my email, get that out of here. All right, so click that up here. Bing, bang, boom there. Slam a bam, 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 boom. All right, so now, speaking of the film Superman, right? From Christopher Reeve to Henry Cavill, every actor who played Superman till now, right? So, throughout the history of this great legendary comic, and from cartoons to movies to TV shows, how many actors have portrayed the Man of Steel, right? Many. And many of them have done a good job. Others, they ask that question, why did they pick him? You know what I mean? It's like, how many actors have portrayed Batman, Bruce Wayne, and so on and so on and so on. But Superman is soaring back to movie theaters. And so there's a 30-year-old actor that's portraying him right now. So far, I've been hearing he's doing a wonderful job. And another thing that I've heard about that they're not going back to the origin of where Superman came from. Thank God. This was like 3 years after he's on Earth. All right, so here are other actors that portrayed Superman. All right, I am not gonna play the sound effect board, but wait a minute. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna play it. Here we go. All right, flying. All right, here's Superman flying. Oops, here's Superman flying. That was bad. Anyway. All right, so cough, 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 cough. All right, so Kirk Alyn holds the distinction of being the first actor to portray Superman in live action. He debuted in 1948. Serial Superman, followed by its 1950 sequel, Adam versus Superman, released 15 chapters of installments. So he was the first one, Kirk Alyn, that portrayed the Man of Steel. And though the budget and effects were limited, Kirk's earnest performance resonated to post-war audiences and laid a foundation for Superman on screen. George Reeves. Now, before that, the original very first actor to portray him was Kirk Alyn. But mind you, this was like from 48 to 1950. He only made like 15 episodes. At the time, they were limited to special effects. But an actor named George Reeves became the household name thanks to his role in the 1951 film Superman and the Mole Men and the beloved TV series Adventures of Superman, which aired from 1952 to 1958. Over 100 episodes. And George did a great job. Ben Affleck did a movie about the man. He did a great job as well doing that. The show transitioned from black and white to color during its run, giving viewers their first vibrant look at Superman's red and blue suit. Tragically, George died in 1959 under mysterious circumstances, cutting short of the career that helped cement Superman's image and pop culture. And here's another actor that did a great job portraying the Man of Steel, and everyone knows the great, legendary Christopher Reeve. Now, when Superman the movie hit theaters in 1978, Christopher Reeve redefined the superhero genre under Richard Donner's direction. Christopher delivered a performance with his both heroic and deeply human, starring alongside Marlon Brando and Gene Hackman. Otisburg, right? He embodied the idealistic charm, Clark Kent, and the stoic strength of Superman. Reeves returned to 3 sequels, including Superman 2, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, and a tragic horse riding accident in 1995 left him paralyzed. Christopher continued advocating for spinal cord research and remained cherished figure of Superman's legacy until his death in 2004. Now, mind you, he did appear in Smallville. He appeared in other great films, but he left us with a great performance as the best Superman ever. Dean Cain. This was another actor that portrayed the Man of Steel. He did a good job too. Every woman went crazy over this dude because he was really ugly. No, I mean, all right. Now, Dean Cain brought a lighter version of Superman, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Airing from ABC for 4 seasons, the show leaned dynamic between Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Though it was featured occasional action sequences, the series was more of a dramedy than a traditional superhero show. But Dean's approachable take of the role earned him a devoted fan base during the 90s. So Dean Cain did an excellent job playing the Man of Steel. Another actor who played the legendary Man of Steel. Mind you, this is from the Hindustan Times, all right? And the person that wrote the article, I'll find this person. Let me see, by Samarth Goal. And I hope I pronounce this woman's name correct, or this person's name correctly. All right. So this is from the article from the newspaper Hindustan Times, and it was an article written by Samarth Goal. Okay. Good Lord, I hope I said the person's name right. Okay. Anyway, so where the actor's name? Another actor that portrayed the Man of Steel, Tom Welling, Smallville, explores Superman's formative years before the Cape. The series premiered in 2001 and ran a remarkable 10 seasons, tracing Clark Kent's journey from high school to adulthood. And Clark never donned the full Superman suit until the final moments of the series. Instead, Smallville offered a ground coming-of-age story. I never saw one episode. Not one episode. But he did a great job. And even though towards the end of the season, I saw the final episode, and this is where he finally wore the suit, and they played the legendary Superman theme song, which was perfect as is. Hey, Flor Garcia, how you doing? So yeah, there, my shirt was wrinkled. Brandon Routh, and how there was a lot of good, a lot of bad about this guy portraying the Man of Steel, but I tell you what, he was immensely great. There, I said it. He did a great job. Brandon Routh took flight of the Man of Steel in Superman Returns 2006. A continuation of Christopher Reeve's storyline, the film depicted Superman's return to Earth after a mysterious disappearance, only to find Lois Lane moved on with Lex Luthor scheming again. While Brandon was praised for his respectful homage to Christopher, the film underperformed commercially. Still, Brandon got another chance to don the cape in 2019's CW crossover event Crisis on Infinite Earths. Never saw that, but I think I should. Portraying the Kingdom Come inspired Superman, he returned as a heartfelt nod to both legacy and the enduring power of the character. So, be that as it may, he did a good job. All right. Another actor who really, really, Superman fans found him perfect as the Man of Steel, Henry Cavill. Now, what can you say? Henry Cavill introduced a darker, more conflicted Superman, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, in 2013. The British actor was first non-American to take the role, bringing on gravitas and physically to the part. He reprised the character in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and both versions of the Justice League, though his Superman had moments of hope, much of the arc rooted essential themes and public skepticism. Henry briefly returned to Black Adam post-credit scenes, sparking speculation of a full comeback, but in late 2022, he confirmed his departure from the role, saying the changing of the guards is something that happens, which is true. You can only portray a certain superhero for a certain amount of time, like Robert Downey Jr., and so on and so on and so on. Time to pass the torch. Tyler Hoechlin became CW Superman in 2016, first appearing as Supergirl before starring in his own show, Superman and Lois, in 2021. His Superman raising two teenage sons, Lois Lane, portrayed by Elizabeth Tulloch. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. Unlike other imitations, Tyler's version focuses on pressures of parenthood alongside saving the world. His Superman exists in separate universe from his CW predecessor, yet maintains continuity in tone. So he is great. Tyler was excellent. Wait a minute, there's another guy? Okay, so with David Cornsweet, that's the new guy. Stepping into such boots, anticipation is running, can deliver the same magic as a peer portrays from Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill, George Reeves. And anyone that portrays the Man of Steel has to be the best Superman and must make him unforgettable. That's how you make a good Superman. You have to make him unforgettable. Oh, my Lord, people. Ow, 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 my ears. Okay. Yes. Time for me to take a shower. Oh, my God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so that's about all the Superman stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to keep talking about it. Oh, by the way, congratulations, Philadelphia. Your trash is finally being picked up. Yeah. Oh, man, where's my at? That's the son of a gun. Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, that trash was piling up big time, dude. Oh my God, it was becoming like a monument, like the great Philly trash wall, the trash wall of Philly. I was like, oh my goodness, people were dumping everything, from couches to chairs to refrigerators, and they were like, oh, we'll stop this, we'll install cameras. Like, that's gonna do anything? I mean, yeah. This will stop it. They should put the politicians as trash in the pile. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. But it's ridiculous how like the state and the government likes to screw hardworking people. That's why unions are made, to protect the workers. Yeah, they just want to get paid more and have more health benefits, but the state and the government has the money. The city has the money. But when they do this, excuse my language, bullshit, run around, we don't think we have the money. Oh, really? But you're driving a solid gold Rolls Royce and wearing a golden platinum watch, and you're saying you don't have the money? Oh, well, money has to go to other things. And I was like, okay, yeah. Lies, constant lies, And when you finally have this state saying, oh, we'll pay you this much, we'll give you this much, and it's like they're holding, what they're doing, they're holding, and the mayor of Philadelphia is like, crying and begging, But I love that union representative. He was like, no, I ain't budging. I mean, I ain't budging. You have what these people need, and that's the money that you're withholding. That's why you're making up all these excuses. They're not stupid. They know they have the money. They know they have the money to pay these people overtime, raises, medical benefits, because that's more important. And for them to say, oh, you know what? We ain't gonna pay you. All right, no. I got a 40-bedroom house I have to pay, so why should I pay you? It's like, oh, okay. But union representative stood his ground. He was like, no, we either you pay what we need these people to get paid, or we just ain't going to do the job. So finally, they came out with a tentative deal. In other words, it's not solid or it's in stone, but they were like, okay, we'll give you this for now. We'll come up with something better in a couple weeks. All right, so let us keep negotiating. Right now, we just need people to get this trash out of here because the rats are enjoying this. I mean, the smell, even though the smell was way before there, and we go to the city of Philadelphia, you're like, something smells more potent. What is that? Oh, it's the city. No, it's not. It's the trash pile. Oh my goodness. Well, that guy could have tricked me. Oh my God. I thought it was rotten cheesesteaks. Man, what the hell? But now the people are back to work. Hey, Lisa Vanessa Tiger, how you doing? So now everybody's back at work. Everybody is happy. Everybody is working again, and everybody's getting their benefits and their pay. It's a tentative deal. Again, it's not etched in stone, all right? Yet, but the trash is now being removed as we now, people can now be relieved instead of watching the Great Wall garbage of Philly, you know. It makes I know the people that like the dumpster dive are like, man, we can't have fun. What happened? The trash is piling up, man. It's blocking the dumpsters. And I was like, oh, it comes to a point where you're like, oh my God. It's not all over the city. I'm just saying it's in some sections, not all. But it was like this pyramid of beauty. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, Philadelphia is even more trashy than it was before. But oh my God. Oh man. But I'm happy that now everybody is getting a deal that's acceptable, and the trash is now being picked up and thrown away. And everybody's working, everybody's relieved, everybody can see the streets again, because that trash pile was blocking the view of the city. Oh my God. Like this, like the city doesn't even need a pile of trash to block. I was like, oh my goodness, is that the trash or is that the city? I think it's both. Um, oh my God, everybody's like, dude, why are you trashing Philly? Get it? It's trash in Philly. Where the hell is my junk? Oh, here it is. Trash in Philly. God, trash in Philly. Oh my Lord. Jeez, what a delay. Too late, and I'm not going to repeat it again. Oh my God. But I'm happy everybody's at work. Everybody's getting paid. And there's a certain relief that everybody can now just say, all right, now it can't say, oh, things will go back the way they were. But now, temporarily, things can now be a sigh of relief that now the streets can be clean again, the trash can be thrown away, and instead of like people pulling over, throwing the trash, say, hey, I want to clean my basement. Oh, this couch would do fine. This refrigerator, and maybe my mother-in-law can go in the trash pile. You know what I mean? It's to a point where you're like, what the hell are they throwing in that pile? But now they're doing something about it. Now they're throwing everything away. And I was watching the news how like they're getting these trucks and bulldozers, and some guys are wearing hazmat suits because they don't know what the hell's in that pile. And it's a smart thing to do, But now everyone's happy, everyone's relieved. The workers are content, not satisfied, but due to the fact that the deal is tentative, it's like, okay, all right, we'll give you this for now. We'll come up with something better in a couple. I was like, okay, all right, just don't screw with us, or we'll do it again. It was like the 1985 when New York did the same thing, except in New York it was really bad. I mean, I was a kid at the time, but I remembered in the news it was like these piles of trash everywhere, and they did the same thing. The trash was like, hey, we want to get paid, we want to get better benefits. Either you give us this or we ain't gonna work. And they kept their word. But that's what union is there for. To help the common man, to help the workers, to protect them, from like abuse from a supervisor or lies or pay and benefits. They don't want to get screwed. They want to be protected. They want to be safe. They want to be secured. That's the job of the union reps, And for them to stand their ground, I'm proud that they did. LL Cool J said, hey, I'm not performing until you pay these people. And he did. He didn't perform. They got these other people that have no heart and soul. They were like, hell, we'll perform. We want the attention. It's like, okay, then that means you only care for yourself, not the workers. You know? And LL Cool J did the right thing. Had he performed, it would have been like, yo, okay, wow, okay, you're just doing it for yourself. You want to get paid. No, he was like, I ain't performing till you help these these public workers. They need their money. They need their benefits. Make it better. And he was like, no, I'm not performing. I know he's going to come back and make up for it. You know what he should do? LL Cool J should do a free show for all public workers. That's what he should do. That's what he should do. Or do a show and give the proceeds to the people that work, you know what I mean? Or something like a fundraiser or something like that. That's what LL Cool J should do. A legendary hip hop artist as himself. He should do a free show for all workers at a huge event and just say, yo, I stood for you guys. You know, this is a show for you. Bing, bang, boom. I think he should do something like that. That would be really cool if he did that. Oh my goodness. But I'm glad everything is A-okay with Philadelphia. And so let's see what happens in the next couple weeks if this deal goes through. But anyway, so I was going to talk about the NFL season, but it's still too early. Still too early to talk about, let alone mention it, you know? Oh my God. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me see here. God. I was going to talk about more stuff, but I said, you know what? No, it's too much. It's too much. So the NFL season, I'll talk about it later. I was going to talk about working in my yard, blah, 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 blah. But besides all that, lay people, that is about my time for the Jerry Torres program. Well, yes, everybody. Wow, no cheering. Yeah, that's about my time for the Jerry Torres program. Thank you. Wow. I'm not leaving yet. Guys, oh my God. I feel like crying. Oh, wait a minute. Shh. Shut up. Anyway. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. That is about my time for the Jerry Torres program. All right. As you all well know, I am an accomplished author. I have written a book entitled Chinese Food for Breakfast. It's an ebook. You can find my book either on lulu.com, that is Lulu, or on Amazon Kindle. And it's an ebook. You can download the book, read the book anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or your laptop. And the book is only $4, people, so you're not going to be breaking the bank. So download the book today and enjoy a good read. Because remember, people, reading is magic. All right, enough with wait, that's the ending. Anyway. And also listen to my good friend Latisse Mitchell's podcast, Tice Talk. It is making a comeback. She's one of my comedic buddies. She's hysterical. She's funny. She talks about life, her family, her work, everything. And she talks about it on stage, and she'll talk about it on her podcast. And her podcast is making a comeback. And you can hear previous podcast shows either on iHeart, YouTube, or on Instagram. And Latisse Mitchell's Tice Talk is definitely making a comeback. So listen to her podcast, Latisse Mitchell's Tice Talk.
Monster Truck.
Tice Talk with Latisse Mitchell.
You just got pwned.
Tice Talk. Latisse.
Real bad.
Tice Talk.
Get wrecked.
Also, listen to Gordo B's new song and music. He was supposed to send me something, but he didn't, but I'll still promote him anyway. Gordo B, listen to his new songs and music. Find him either on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. His new album is up right now. I heard the whole thing. It was very smooth, good lyrics. Just pop your head to it. You can understand what he's saying, you know? But Gordo B is a really good dude. So listen to his album, download his new album as well. Again, you can find him on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. And his name is entitled Gordo B, spelled Gordo, big letter B. Download his new album and listen to his previous songs today. Also, again, I'll be performing July 17th, that's next Thursday, I'll be performing at the legendary club, the Copacabana in New York City, Meadowlands Comedy Club at the world famous Copacabana. I will be there, 625 West 51st Street, New York, New York. Doors open at 7, showtime's at 8. If you're interested in going, purchase your tickets or make your reservations, go to meadowlandscomedyclub.com. I will be performing with great comedians, with Steve Goldberg, Ellen Finney, and I will be hosting along with the headliner, Jake and Louie, adults only ventriloquist. So again, next Thursday, July 17th, go to meadowlandscomedyclub.com to find out more and make reservations and to purchase your tickets. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. And also listen to Funky Times. They're a great band. They mix up with jazz, funk, and rock. This band is great. They make great music. You can find them on TikTok, Instagram, or on YouTube. Make sure you listen to them because this band is so damn good. They know how to make music and make music right. If you're interested in hiring them for a special event, send them a message. You won't regret it because this band is superb in every way. And speaking of Funky Times, I use their music to close my show. In a 3, in a 2, and a 1, and a 1, 2, and a 3, and an ABC. 3, 4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the Jerry Torres program. As I always say towards the end of my podcast, whatever religious figure you believe in, may you be blessed. I bid you all a fondue. I'll be back. So I ask you all, please don't go changing. I'm gone, get gone, and bye.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Powered by Riverside.
Limited time offer. No purchase necessary. Offer valid at participating locations. Void where prohibited. No animals were harmed during the production of this soundboard. Subject to change without notice. Side effects include dry mouth, occasional pig snort or two, sore stomach, teary eyes, achy jaws, and whatever tingles well. Laughing heart.
You've just heard the Jerry Torres program on Spotify and on Riverside FM. Plus, listen to the Jerry Torres program on other podcast affiliates. Subscribe to his podcast episodes on Spotify and also on YouTube Music. Download any of his previous podcast shows. Listen and enjoy, because the Jerry Torres program brings magic.